everybody. How are you? Guess who else is here? Here she is. There's Booger. Hi, baby. I don't want to turn around because there she goes. I said her name and she's like, "Did you need me, Mom?" Oh, so I just had a moment to sit down. I've had kind of a busy day. So I get to sit down and relax and do a react to Shantal. And today I'm reacting to a live she did where she brought up a new term, and the term is bed rotting. So I watched a part of the live, and when she mentioned bed rotting, I thought, hang on, this is something new. This is something she's never talked about. I wonder if she got the inspiration for bed rotting from somewhere else. So I did my homework, I did my research and my digging, and I found out that yes, bed rotting is actually a thing. And the thing that it is a trend on TikTok. And for those of you that are wondering, what exactly is bed rotting? What does it entail? And why do people do it? And why is Chantal doing it? Well, I'm going to bring up a couple of articles that I found online that better explain it. Plus, we're going to go over some stuff on Twitter as well as the live, and then we'll just call it a day on this one. So, before we get into the Twitter stuff and her live stuff, let's talk about the bed rotting stuff. What is it and why do people do it? Well, from what I've gathered, bed rotting is a trend that people do. People who are overstressed, overtired, overworked, and essentially it's a day or two to recharge and relax. Let me get the articles out so you guys have more information. So let's start here with an article. Let me see. These are short articles, by the way. There's nothing huge. Let's start with the one courtesy of health. Let me see. Is this the right one? Yes, it is. So, what is bed rotting? Gen Z's newest self-care trend. Bed rotting, a new trend sweeping TikTok, involves staying in bed for extended periods of time, not to sleep, but to do passive activities. This trend is most popular amongst Generation Z, who may feel burnt out from work, school, family demands, or social engagements. While bed rotting can benefit some people in the short term, it can become concerning if it lasts more than 1 or 2 days. So we all know that Chantal likes to go on TikTok. She's always on TikTok watching videos, watching for anything that's trending or going viral. And even with her videos on YouTube, she'll even put the tag viral on her videos, I guess trying to go viral. But not only is she all over YouTube, she's also all over TikTok. So I guess she was doing a search and she found these people doing the bed rotting and she thought, oh, people are bed rotting. They get to lay in bed. I love that. I could justify being in bed all day because it's a trend. Chantal, even if it's a trend that is not good for everybody, especially someone like yourself. In my personal opinion, I think you need to do the opposite of bed rotting. You don't need less activity, you need more. The people that are doing the bed rotting, it's because they're overworked, overexhausted, too many demands socially, and they're just wanting to recharge. However, your lifestyle is just the opposite. You don't go anywhere, you don't talk to anybody, you don't do anything. So you actually need more activity, not less. But let's go on to the article, see what it says. Experts agree that it's important to indulge in self-care to manage stress and boost energy. It's important for one's physical and mental health, but is lounging in bed all day the healthiest way to give yourself some TLC? Yes, according to many social media users. A booming new trend sweeping TikTok involves staying in bed for extended periods, not to sleep, but to do passive activities like eating snacks, watching TV, and scrolling through devices. The fad has been dubbed bed rotting. Well, it sounds like everything that Chantal already does. It just has a name now. Although other people doing it, they have different reasons. She does it because she's just a very sedentary person and it's very detrimental to her health. This trend is most popular with members of Generation Z who may feel burnt out from work, school, family demands, or social engagements. Let's see. Here's what healthcare providers had to say about this latest self care trend, including its benefits, downsides, and healthiest way to do it. So, here are the benefits of bed rotting. These individuals might use this practice to give themselves an opportunity to recharge their batteries. It's because bed lounging now has recognition as a way to relax. It may also help people feel like they have permission to lay around without feeling guilty. Our society tends to put too much emphasis on, and in some ways glorifies, being busy or productive all the time. This can lead to feeling burnt out and not allow us time to rest or recharge without labeling this as being lazy. So, for those people who are burnt out from work or activities or family, it gives them a time to just recharge the batteries, reset the clock, and feel better. I think that's a good thing. Although you got to be careful with bed rotting, because too much of a good thing it becomes a bad thing, I guess. While bed rotting can benefit some people in the short term, it can become concerning if it lasts more than 2 or 3 days. If bed rotting becomes a habitual behavior, it could potentially be a sign of depression or other mental health issues. It's important to be mindful of this and not let bed rotting become a pattern of behavior. Spending too long in bed also limits the time that can be spent meaningfully connecting with friends or loved ones. And if you go too long without accomplishing tasks or attending school or work, that could ultimately make you feel more stressed. Right. So if you overindulge in something like this, it can lead to more problems. I would caution that less is more when it comes to the concept of bed rotting, and doing this in moderation is important. In addition to the length of a bed rotting session, what you do in bed is also impacts your well being. The practice can be problematic if you spend the bulk of your bedtime on your devices. More and more research is pointing to the negative impacts of social media and phone usage on our mental health, particularly young adults as far as their mental health. Bed rotting can also impact your sleep. It's usually best for people to use their bed and bedroom as a place for sleep and intimacy only. If people can train their brains to associate their bed solely with sleep, they won't have as much trouble falling asleep at night. Therefore, when people lounge in bed, their brains may associate their bed with things other than sleep, leading to sleep disruption. Simply put, your physical body might be confused at night and won't know if you're trying to fall asleep or bed rot. Additionally, it takes away the opportunity to engage in physical exercise, which can also help to improve sleep quality and sleep onset. Bed rotting before bedtime, in particular, can pose problems. If you're doing things like working or watching a show, it can take longer to quiet the mind and drift off to sleep. And Chantal has all kinds of sleep problems, or so she says. She's literally up all night until wee hours of the morning. She talks about she has to fix her sleep cycles, but if she's in bed and she's bed rotting or doing something like bed rotting, that might prevent her from getting the rest that she needs. Let's see. Let's see. People who have clinical depression or experience anxiety might find bed rotting appealing. That's because people with these conditions tend to report low energy and mood and a lack of interest in activities they usually enjoy. However, bed rotting may not improve symptoms. When we engage in bed rotting, we are more likely to stay in the same mind state that we were in before bed rotting. In fact, engaging in fewer activities may only fuel a cycle of depression or anxiety. Bed rotting could start off as a self care to rest, but then turn into fewer productive or enjoyable activities, more time on social media, more sleep issues, more social isolation, and lead to more depression. In order to break this cycle, being more active improves our mood and our motivation. Let's see what else we got here. So that's the part of the article from Health. I thought that was very informative. And I want to go on to another article because there's more information that people need to know. And especially you, Chantal, you might want to pay attention to the next one. You really want to pay attention to the next one. And this was courtesy of Today. So let me just go ahead and bring that up. And let's see. Okay. All right. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm looking for the part that matters. All right. Let's see. Now, pay attention, Shantal. This is important. This is very important. I know you watch my videos. You might want to pay attention to this part, especially you being someone that you've had a history of blood clots in your lungs and you were taking blood thinners. Pay attention, mama. This is important. When you do bed rotting, you should get up every few hours and walk around. There is a risk for blood clots if you stay in bed for a long time. When blood isn't constantly pumping, it has a tendency to clot. When we walk or stretch, the muscles contract along the veins and force them to move the blood around. When we aren't moving, the veins aren't able to push the blood around. The legs carry the biggest risk of blood clots, which can occur anywhere in the body and be life-threatening. People who are pregnant, overweight, take certain medications, smoke, or have family histories of clotting are at higher risk. So Chantal, you are not just overweight, you're super morbidly obese. So that by itself makes the risk for you go up. Plus, ma'am, you smoke. You smoke the shisha, which is equal to what, 90 or 100 cigarettes in one single session, and you take medications on top of that. So that's 3 things making the risk for blood clots go up. This next part is also concerning. Explaining that bed rotting is similar to a long car ride or flight, he recommends getting up every 2 or 3 hours to stretch your legs and reduce the risk of blood clotting. You should also avoid lying on wounds while bed clotting. Bed clotting? Did I just say that? Bed rotting. Doggone it. I got blood clots on the mind. You should also avoid lying on wounds while bed rotting to reduce risk of infection. So, is bed rotting for Chantal? Absolutely not. She needs to get up. She needs to move. She needs to get out of the house. She needs to do something besides sit around the house and do nothing, instead of going on TikTok and looking for trends and looking for terms to justify not moving. Because it sounds like not moving is dangerous to your health, Chantal. It really is. So you might want to just scrap the whole bed rotting idea. You think? Just a little bit? Okay. And I'm getting that doggone symbol for the Wi-Fi again. So if it lags here and there, I'm sorry. I can't really plug into anything. Okay, so let's go to Twitter. Oh, oops. What did I push that button for? I don't know. Maybe I was experimenting. What does this button do? All right. So we're going to go to Twitter. People got some thoughts on Twitter. Want to share them with you guys? All right. We won't stay long here and we'll get right to the live. We'll start here with Yup Yup saying, what in the bloody heck is that on your hand? I don't know, but forget the hand. She looks terrible. She looks so ill. Chantal, you need to go to a hospital. You do not look healthy, ma'am. You might want to back away from the carbs and the sugar. They're not doing you any favors. Misanthropope Lulu says, latest grocery haul has more rice. Has she gone through the 11 pounds she showed in her last haul? It was only a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, like she had 2 huge bags of rice the size of small pillows. It's all gone? Where did it go? Did she eat it all? That's an insane amount of rice. Even bodybuilders who go to the gym and they train hard and they burn thousands of calories a day don't eat like that. You know, Chantal, your lifestyle is very sedentary. I know it might be hard for you to understand, but if you're sedentary, you don't need as much food as you think you do in order to survive. You can survive on a lot less. You know, you can cut down those portions and be just fine, but carb loading for what? You're not doing anything physical. You're not working out. What's the point? D. Angry Scott says, I'm sure Foodie's pancreas is going to love the fact she got a big old bottle of full sugar Vimto. Vimto is a UK thing. It's high sugar AF. That's why normal people fasting like to drink it. This is the nutritional info on it. This is for 100 milliliters, small, diluted. Yeah, it's loaded with sugar. And the Vimto comes from her grocery haul. So getting a full sugar drink along with bottles of juice. Okay, Diabetes says hi. Couple of tweets from Mo Translates. Mo says, my opinion, I think Salah is counting on Shantal's tourist visa eventually getting denied on one of her border hops since he knows how strict the laws are in Kuwait. That way he gets to keep the apartment and everything in it in the car. He's not tied to her legally. She goes back to Canada. He is now a bachelor who has everything, an apartment that is fully furnished and a car. He gets married and moves in Middle Eastern Didi. Shantal blames him, but he says it's Kuwait's fault. Romance scam complete. Could possibly be. I mean, I've been asking the question for the longest. Does Shantal have something on Salah that could potentially get him in trouble or cause trouble for him? Is that the reason why he hasn't walked away? I mean, I know that she gives him money and all that, but there's got to be something else besides the money. I mean, any normal person would look at the situation going on and say it's too much of a hassle. The juice ain't worth the squeeze. This person over here is more trouble than they're worth and walk by now. So what's he sticking around for? The money can't be that great. She's not making that much on her YouTube channel unless she's making money somewhere else. So what is the appeal of sticking around? Does she have something on him the way that she tried to threaten Natter long ago? Makes you wonder. But great tweets, Mo. Really appreciate your thoughts. Cowboy Dog says, why is Chantal showing off a huge haul of food for Ramadan when they should be spending a lot of meals with Salah's dad and sisters? We know doggone well she's not cooking for his family. Yeah, I've heard that's a thing, that during Ramadan you share meals with people. So why is she buying all those groceries like she's not going to spend time with anybody? Unless she's going to be spending time by herself, and maybe Salah will spend time with his family. So that could be it. Okay, so that's it for everything on Twitter. And let's go on to the live. All right. I got so many tabs open. Y'all hear that? You hear the peepers outside? They're loud. They're super loud today. They're louder than cicadas. I grew up in Florida. Cicadas are super loud. And I think that the Pacific tree frogs can give them a run for their money. They're just so loud. I'm practically shouting today during my react because I can hear them inside my house. They're singing so loud. I'm like, I feel like I have to shout. Quiet down out there. Quiet on the set. Quiet, you. It's funny though. I'm competing with the peepers. All right. So where are we at? All right. We'll cover some of this. Let's go.
I'm feeling mentally a bit better today. Yeah. You know, I feel better that I've made like a final decision and I don't have to worry about these, I can settle in. I'm going to try to find things, to do here. Maybe take some Quran study, maybe take some Arabic lessons. Thanks, Fernanda. We're going to see. But
oh, by the way, before we get deep into this, where is it? Come on, Chantal. Is it on this one? I forget. It must have been like a video today, but she was advertising her cameo. And even though she is a newly reverted Muslim woman who took her Shahada, she's advertising doing Easter cameos. Like putting stuff in her mouth to basically imitate rabbit's teeth. So you are a newly reverted Muslim woman advertising doing Easter cameos. Should you be doing that, Chantal? Anyway, let's move forward.
But, I don't know. Ramadan's around the corner. I'm pretty excited for that. And I'm excited also to bring you content. So, yes. Excuse me, miss. Yes, I'm here to break up your boredom or increase it. I don't know which. Hello, Yema. Yeah, I feel happier today. Alhamdulillah.
I'm kind of confused about something. So Chantal has complained in the past about everything being too hot. She gets hot easily, and that's why she's got to turn down the AC so low in her house. So if someone who is prone to overheating, why wear not just one but two hoodies? She's got on the leopard print like hoodie, and she's got another hoodie underneath that. Chantal, how are you not burning up? I'm just asking questions. I mean, it's your body. You could wear what you want. I'm just wondering why someone who is so prone to overheating would want to wear two hoodies at the same time.
Thank you. My eyes, my cat. Oh, I gotta stop hugging and kissing my cat. Thank you. Tell me a bedtime story. I know it, just beauty. I'm sorry. I hope you feel better. I know what that's like. I just came out of a rough patch. No, Zoe, it had nothing to do with Salah, or anything like that. I honestly, it's just always conflicted between both worlds.
I stand with everybody else who has the thinking that all of the talk about, oh, I'm going to go back to Canada, that was Chantal in a way threatening Salah of, you better do what I want or I'm going back to Canada. I'm taking my money with me and I'll turn you into content. She is a manipulative person and she likes to threaten without threatening. You follow me? So whenever she wants to get her way, she will manipulate and threaten somebody. So a lot of people in girl world feel that her threatening to go back to Canada, that was her just saying without saying to Salah, hey, you better just give me affection, give me attention, or I'm going to make problems. He obviously gave her attention or gave her fast food or something, and now she feels differently. But her visa is up sometime in April. So the question remains, how is she going to handle that? Is she going to have Salah drive her somewhere and apply again? Or is she going to come back to Canada? Nobody's quite sure. It's one of those wait and see situations.
So, yes, I am Sanella. I'm getting ready. I can't wait. Cannoli cake. What? Imagine cannoli cheesecake. Hi, Z. Thank you, Ageless Beauty. I hope you do too soon. Thanks, Creepy. No, it's a hood. I have an undercat, but I need to go shopping. I wanted to go today to go to look at some hijabs and make like a vlog of going out shopping, but like I can't get my sleeping under control, and yeah, I just wasn't feeling good. Like,
you know what part of your problem is, Chantal? Your best friends are Mr. and Mrs. Yabut. Not Yabba. Mr. and Mrs. Yabut. I was going to go do that, yeah, but. I was going to go accomplish that, yeah, but. Mr. and Mrs. Yabut. Always giving you a way out from doing what you need to do. You're also running that circle of friends. The friends with the names soon, maybe, tomorrow, someday. You'll hang with that crowd. But you absolutely avoid making friends with today, now, right now. You avoid them. You'll block their phone calls. You won't answer the door when they show up. You hang out with the friends that allow you to procrastinate. and put things off, especially Mr. and Mrs. Yeah, but they're your neighbors.
I don't know. Hello, Capricorn. Hello. Kitty Charms. Hello. Yeah, let's just all bees. Yes, babe. I'm excited for Ramadan. Second Ramadan with you. I've been here since the baby era. Love just to sound. Thank you. Excuse me, miss. I'm glad you enjoy. It is normal, I think. I think I realize that, but I feel so bad. Like, you know, daddy, a DFS. I'm good. How are you? uh, no, Zoe, but the doctor never ordered any for me. So we'll see. Hi, Kiki. I look like sandworm. uh, MRI bees. Hi, Caroline. You love Jersey here. I find the Jersey are like more comfortable, but I find like no, the Jersey ones are most comfortable. The chiffon ones, I like how they look more, but they're not. I find they slip if you don't like tack them in place. Hey, Charles Reed, nice camo. Yum, Dairy. Cannoli cake has cannoli filling as the icing. Yeah, I know, ageless. Like spaghetti meatballs, mashallah.
I will never understand the people that get in Chantal's chat, the ones that are her subscribers or her members or her VIBs that swear they care about Chantal. And yet they get into her chat and they talk about food with her, knowing she has an issue with food. That is just so confusing to me. How can you claim to like or care about somebody at the same time you might be potentially triggering them to overdo it with something that they have a problem with? It's an interesting way of thinking. I like you and I think you're a great person, but at the same time, I'm going to come into your chat and I'm going to talk about food with you, knowing you have an issue with food. Because I can't think of a single person that I know that if they knew someone that had an issue with something, that they would willingly, knowingly, and eagerly walk up to that individual and start talking about that thing with them, knowing that they once had a problem with it. I would think out of respect, you would not talk about it to avoid triggering them. Like being respectful of the battles and the struggles and getting on the other side of it. But people just come into her chat all the time and they talk about food and they don't stop and think. She's very unhealthy and that's not helping. I'm not saying it's their fault that she's got an issue with food, but what I'm saying is that's not helping the issue. Even if Chantal brings up food, they don't have to automatically talk about food with her. They can change the subject and say something else.
Yeah. Depression is physically exhausting on your body, and I see a lot of mental health shaming, like so much of it, like you're just lazy. Oh my gosh, you have to do this, you have to do that. I agree though, like it's almost impossible to do it when you're feeling super exhausted, but it's like I kind of feel like I have to try to push myself to do things, and then you know what I mean, like it's my second Ramadan already. Hi, just ate. There's so many salons. Yes. Hi, Melissa. Welcome.
Well, Chantal, I'm not your doctor. I don't claim to be a doctor. I don't have any medical training. But from everything I've seen on the outside, it leads me to believe that all that isolation and not going anywhere, not doing anything has been really, really bad for you. You've not been any happier since being in Kuwait. You've gained a tremendous amount of weight, which has led to a lot more health problems and issues. I would say that too much isolation has been detrimental to your health, physical health, mental health, emotional health. It's not been good. You're isolating yourself too much. You don't even get out of the house and go across the street to the beach, which, by the way, beaches can be very relaxing. They can be very peaceful and serene, and just walking along the beach or just sitting and watching the waves can be relaxing. Just some quiet time. I mean, I used to live in Florida surrounded by water, and I miss it sometimes. I miss the water being around all the time, even though I'm here in the Pacific Northwest and there's a different kind of beauty here. I grew up in Florida, so, Florida kid, miss the sand, miss the beaches, miss the beach culture. But there you are with a whole doggone beach so close to you, and you're not utilizing it. What was the point of moving there? But sheltering yourself too much is bad. Take it from somebody who has done a lot of it. Take it from somebody who is a bit of an introvert. And I had to learn the hard way that you have to get out. You have to be active. You can't just sit inside all the time. But once you get out and once you get used to being out, it gets easier. It gets a lot easier. Once you push past that barrier of discomfort and fear and anxiety, it gets easier. You don't feel afraid of life. You don't feel afraid of going outside. You don't feel afraid of talking to people. It just getting out of that toxic comfort zone and making another one, it just opens up an entire world to you.
Key. I didn't decide. No. Tea and moonshine. Do they sell linen ones? I don't know. Yeah, it's exhausting. Um, hey, Ghostface. Salam alaikum. Getting out does make me feel better, but I just can't do it sometimes. I feel, hi Heather, when I'm really exhausted from just being so depressed, and I know bed rotting is not healthy either. That's where I say I have to force myself, but like you have.
There's that term she was talking about, bed rotting. That's what got my attention. I'm like, this is a new term from Shantal. Where did she get that? She didn't come up with that on her own, but she got it from TikTok. So a lot of people are talking about it on TikTok because she's all over TikTok. That got her attention. But it sounds to me like because she saw some trend on TikTok, she thought, oh, I can just use that as a way to justify not doing anything versus going out and doing things. Chantal, you've been too secluded for too long. You got to get out of the house. You got to. Even for just short periods of time, you got to. I just read off those two articles. Did you pay attention? Did you pay attention to the parts where if you bed rot too long, if you lay down too long, it can lead to blood clots in your legs, which can be life-threatening? Did you pay attention to that part? Or how about the part where bed rotting for too long is similar to being on a flight? Did you pay attention to that part either? You gotta get up. I know you don't want to. It may be uncomfortable, but you gotta do it. You just have to. Because if you don't watch it, bed rotting may lead to being bedbound. And trust me, that's not fun. I'm sure there are people out there that are bedbound by no fault of their own. They wish they weren't bedbound. You don't know what you got sometimes till it's gone. It's I'm sure being bedbound is not the picnic that you think it will be. And if you're imagining that Salah is going to just wait on you hand and foot and care for you and give you all the attention you want, he will not. He's not medically trained to care for a super morbidly obese patient like yourself. To know how to bathe you and change you and help you to the bathroom and change your bedpan and look for skin infections or breaks in the skin or anything of that nature, bed sores. He's not trained for that, Chantal. You might want to back away from the idea, like right now.
Have to go through before you feel better, you have to feel worse. It's like, do you know what I mean? You have to be so uncomfortable at first. And it's so hard. Like your mind just tricks you into staying the same. It's really messed up. My second Ramadan, yeah. So I haven't decided. Hi, Rylan. I haven't decided on.
You know, Chantal, I'm going to take a few guesses of the way you're thinking. Again, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not in your head. But you being a secluded, hermit like person, and I got experience with that. So I'm going to draw from my experiences and seeing your personality and just take some theories and guesses here, what you might be thinking. So, whenever you think perhaps of going out and doing something, what are the thoughts that maybe are going on in your head? You may be thinking of the discomfort physically. You may be feeling anxious about being around people and people seeing you without the filters. So there's the anxiety of being seen and not hiding behind a camera. Like, what if somebody sees me? And oh my God, people are going to see me. And oh, like, what if something happens and my leg starts to hurt? You know, you got that inner dialogue, perhaps that scared dialogue of I don't want to do it. And then you're piling things that you're going to imagine are going to happen on top of that. And it gets to a point where it gets on top of you and you're like, oh, this feels like a whole lot of discomfort. It's scaring me. I don't want to do it. What you should be afraid of is what's going to happen if you don't do it. Think about that. Think about the other side of the coin, Chantal. What if you don't do it? What if you don't get active? What if you don't take care of your health? What is that going to lead to? What are the possibilities, the toxic possibilities, the harmful possibilities? Think about that. I don't know what your weight is right now. I'm going to take a guess. Based on the fact that when you were with BB, your last true weigh in was 473 pounds. You were so close to 400 pounds. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. You were 373 pounds. I'm sorry. My mistake. You were really, really close to 400 pounds then. I would say, based on looking at you then, looking at you now, you're at least 500 pounds. Maybe more. You're well over 500. So you should be thinking about, what if I gain another 50 or 100 pounds? What then? I'm at a place right now physically where I'm having trouble with one leg. I have trouble feeling one leg. I have diabetic neuropathy perhaps going on with my legs, which can get quite serious. I've got a whole host of health problems because of my overeating. I'm having trouble breathing. I'm having trouble walking, which wasn't happening before. I'm having trouble finding clothes to fit me because I keep gaining more and more weight. What if I become bedbound? Who's going to take care of me? Do I have anybody around me to take care of me? What's the cost of that? Because being bedbound anywhere, hospital or no, is quite expensive. Have you thought about that? Have you thought about the equipment that you're going to need to buy? Thousands and thousands of dollars spent on getting is it a Hoyer lift or a Hoyer bar, a special bed that that's equipped for your weight limits, the extra nursing staff that it's going to take to adjust you in bed, because it's going to take more than one person. Like, it's going to total into the thousands. You need to think about all that stuff before you settle in to just being sedentary and bed rotting. The bed rotting idea is not good for you. You're a smoker. You got a history of blood clots. You need to get up and you need to move.
On the abaya. Yeah, I'm gonna go shopping, see if I can find something like else. You know, other deals. I mean, I don't know. It's Ram pre. There's a lot of deals pre Ramadan. Ew, spit line. Vitamin D. Yeah. I was seeing a lot. So this thing has been coming up on my For You page. This $120 million wedding of this like Indian billionaire's son, Anant. I forget their last name. Hey, Meep.
Okay, get ready. I'm about to rant on her, but I'll wait until she's done talking.
Harry Abaya. Thanks, Moonshine Molly. Lynn, hello. Welcome. Vitamin, you can, probably from sticking your head out the window, yeah. There's our emoji queen, Vanessa. Hello, Vanessa. Rihanna performed and she twerked. Oh my gosh. You know what? And I heard like they were, I don't know. I have like my opinions on like super billionaires and like if you put all of the even just a couple billionaires together, they could like legit solve all of the world's monetary problems. I swear. Like $117 billion to me is like haram. I don't know. Hi, Elaine. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Everyone has their opinion on that. They do some nice things, but there's also like some political controversy I read about. But anyway, my point about this wedding is, you know what I would want to do just to troll people if I was a billionaire? I think I would have like the most budget party ever, like a budget, like low budget themed expensive party. Like serve everybody like a bunch of wieners and like McCain cake. Would you imagine that? That would be.
First of all, Shantal, if you had billionaire money, I seriously doubt you would do that. I think you would be indulging in everything luxurious and decadent under the sun. So you're a big old liar. You wish you had that billionaire money. Also, ma'am, do you remember that time period when you were doing the whole drama thing with Natter? How big your paychecks were? You were just absolutely wasting your money on everything and anything. That's why you had like a bazillion box mountains going on in the villa because you were constantly on Amazon buying crap, just tons and tons of crap, going to Sephora and buying tons of makeup. You wouldn't stop buying makeup, even though all your makeup got trashed. It was nasty. We remember the KFC drawer, yeah, with the rotten food, and that's where you put your makeup. Ew. Yeah, we remember that. But you were wasting all your money. You weren't putting any of your money where it needed to go, like towards your health, like taking care of your cats, taking them to the vet, getting them medical care, having them groomed, having their nails clipped, buying enough food to last them a while. You would spend so much money on Amazon, and then you would have the nerve to go to the pet store and only get a few cans of cat food at a time. Couldn't even feed or take care of your pets properly, making 20, 30 grand a month. How sad and pathetic are you? I'm over here making far less than you. My baby girl gets taken care of. You bet she does. You bet she eats. Big old butterball. She don't starve. Shoot, there's even a stray cat that comes up to my door. She's on the property. I take care of her too. Why? Because I love her. So I essentially have two cats, one indoor, one outdoor. She's feral and I can't bring her in because Booger would tear her apart, but I still take care of her because I love animals. But you over there, If you had that millionaire money, billionaire money, you'd be living in a mansion, living it up. What is this nonsense of, oh, if I had threw a party, I would do a cheap theme with it? No, you wouldn't. You'd have a billionaire party with billionaire settings, if for nothing else, for bragging rights. You would have your camera on and just showing us all what you had. And then you would look down your nose at the rest of us on YouTube and say, where's your billionaire party? Look at me. I'm sipping champagne. Look at me. I got all this food. You know you'd be doing that. You know you would.
So cool. A billionaire has to do that. And just play like pin the tail on the donkey. I don't know. Hi, Crystal Thomas. A little bit. Thank you, Lynn. You thrifted Louboutins from a thrift store yesterday? Yeah, that's crazy. Like 100. Imagine 100.
You know what? In hindsight, I could actually see Shantal throwing a party for people and serving cheap food. But is that kind of is her way of thinking? You know, why spend money on other people when I can spend it on me? So I can see her doing that. But at the same time, I can also see her going the other way, throwing a party and making sure to record it for YouTube just to brag to everybody how much money she's got and how well she's doing. She would do that too.
100. Warren Buffett's a billionaire and still eats at Dairy Queen, which he owns. Capri Suns and Pop-Tarts. Hi, Cynthia. It is their money. It's not their responsibility to pay for the world's problems. But
Right?
Danielle, to me, it's still, it's unethical to hoard that much money, in my opinion. Because they could easily give away half and still have, what?
Ma'am, you have tons of money. Were you giving away anything? How long have you had your channel? What, 7, 8 years? I've been on YouTube. I've checked out different channels. I have seen much smaller channels do giveaways of all different kinds for their subscribers. You miss 100K channel now. Where's your giveaways, Shantal, to your subscribers? Have you given away anything? No? Not a single thing? Heck, I remember back when you went to Cuba, didn't you tell one of your mods, Ashley Lamborghini, that you were going to send her the Cuban coffee that you got in Cuba? Did that ever happen? No? That didn't happen either? Mm-mm. So you had tons of money. You could have done giveaways for your subscribers, the ones that come to your channel and watch your stuff, no matter how boring it is. Not a single doggone giveaway. You're criticizing other people who have money for not giving their money away at the same time when you had tons of money and you didn't give yours away. You made sure to hoard it back for you and whatever man you were wrapped around. So you cannot criticize, ma'am. Your argument is invalid.
$50 billion, $70 billion, which is still unethical in my opinion. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but have I thought about doing charity? I mean, I'm not a billionaire, right? So I don't have a ton of money to give away. But yeah, I do. When I'm better, ruins. I've done a lot of volunteer work in my life. I used to volunteer 40 hours a week when I was younger. So when I get to that point, I want to give of myself 100%. And I do.
I'm sure that whatever volunteer work you did not do voluntarily. That's the difference between you and other people who just want to do good work. They want to do it, and they do it. I'm sure whatever volunteer work you didn't do it by choice. Maybe you got in trouble somewhere, and that was just part of what you had to do to make it right. Or you were ordered to. You did mention working at a battered women's shelter, which that leads me to believe that in your time there, you listened to them, and then later on you took their stories and their experiences and made it your own, because you've been known to do that, borrow off of other people's memories and experiences and pain for content. because your own life is boring. To add layers, you have to talk about other people's stories and make them your own. But you never did any volunteer work because you wanted to. I guarantee you it's because you had to. Guarantee you.
I do give what I can here and there to like some charities for like Syrian refugee camps. I do give some money. Like we give some money for that. Hi, no name. How are you? How are you? Good evening. Salam alaikum. Shamrock shake. Ew. Do you feel the same about the sheik of quick? I feel like anybody who hoards that much riches, but I don't know what a lot of them give, so I can't say. I'm just making a point that, you know, imagine, I don't know, because like having all that money can change you too. When you don't have much money, you think, oh, I would help people if I had money. But then apparently, like scientifically, when you have a lot of money, it changes how you think. I would help so many.
Chantal, you are far too caught up in keeping up with the Joneses and paying attention to the Joneses and what they're doing and what they're spending and how they're living versus paying attention to your own life, which needs the most attention. Your life is in ruins. You're not paying attention to it. You're paying attention to everybody else. You're paying attention to people on TikTok. You're paying attention to people on Twitter. You're paying attention to people on YouTube. What views they're getting per video, what's on their community tab, who's talking in their chats, all of it. You got your nose at everybody else's business when really should stay on your face. And you need to take that nose and your face and look in the mirror and really just do some self reflection. You need the work done. Stop being so nosy and pay attention to other people.
Yeah, I would like to think I would too. That was just their pre-wedding party. Oh my gosh. Hi, Miss Mary. I'm not hating on anyone. I'm just making an observation.
She is hating. Chantal's envious. Her talking about millionaires and billionaires. You don't think she'd want to be a millionaire or billionaire? Oh, she'd love it. She wants that lifestyle. She really, really wants it, but she's not willing to work for it. She's doggone lucky that she's on YouTube making the money that she's making because she's gotten herself to a place physically where she couldn't do a regular job. I mean, can you imagine Chantal doing customer service, answering phones? Physically, she's not at a place where she can sit at a desk for 8 hours and answer a phone. Plus, she's been on YouTube for so doggone long, spoiled, able to do what she wants when she wants without a schedule. She could never go back to the real world. She wouldn't even know how to act. She wouldn't know how to talk to people. So you might want to think about that, Chantal, that YouTube is it for you. Without YouTube, what would you do? There is no plan B. So it might be important to take care of your health and take care of yourself. Put your thoughts where they need to be put.
I think it's Mint, the Shamrock, yeah. She helped homeless Julia and Howie. Yes. I took those pets off the streets. There's no such thing as an ethics billionaire. Exactly, Zoe. That's exactly how I feel about it. Yeah. Even in Islam, they believe that. So I have very flexible ethics when it comes to money. It's Mint.
Danielle says, even if you don't have money, you can volunteer your time. Exactly. I'm sure lots of people volunteer. They aren't millionaires. So why can't Chantal?
Sure, they do help people. They don't. But if you look at the state of India, Danielle, there's so many poor people. Meanwhile, the ruler has like billions. To me, that's just weird. But I'm not a politician. Hi, Living Laura, Vanessa. Thanks, Cynthia. Thank you.
So somebody just sent is it a super chat or a thing saying, hello, I wish you would go to Canada and get well. A lot of people do. A lot of people wish she would go back to Canada and take care of her health. It would be the smart thing to do. The stupid thing for her to do is to stay in Kuwait and become more unhealthy. She's insisting on being with Salah when it makes no sense at all on any level. And yet, her gigantic ego and her pride are in the way. Shantal can swallow a lot of things, but her pride and her ego, she ain't got a big enough throat. It just won't go down. Too big of a mouthful. She's literally choking on her pride. It's just sticking in her throat and she just can't swallow it. She'll stay in Kuwait forever if she has to before she goes back to Canada, because the one thing she will not tolerate is all of us being right. And this whole thing with Salah was stupid. It was stupid from the jump, and he doesn't love her. She will keep that pride in her throat forever before she swallows it.
Thank you. Don't you want to know how it feels to be healthy, slim, and feel free and beautiful? I mean, I don't feel like I have to be slim to feel beautiful, but I do want to feel healthy. Maranatha? Yeah, for sure. More than anything. I can't volunteer now, Robin, because I'm like really not healthy. I got to get a little bit healthier. But I was researching different things I can do. Good evening, No Name. Welcome to the party. You are priceless, babe. Thanks, babe. But buyers are perfect for hot weather because
Y'all notice something about Shantal? She says, "Oh, I'm researching things and I'm looking into things," but she never comes online with a plan. She never comes online with a fire in her eye and says, "I've got a plan, y'all. This is what the plan is. This is what I'm going to do." And just lay the blueprint out for everybody. Okay, I'm going to do this and this and this tomorrow. And the day after that, I'm doing this, this, and this. And I'm going to talk to this person. And I've got this phone number. Laying out a blueprint and a plan. And putting the plan in play. I'm telling you, she's just best friends with Mr. and Mrs. Yeah, but because they let her get away with not doing anything.
They do have airflow, yeah. You can get some or a bias, so I'm going to get some. Chamois shake season. Yeah, Zoe, I agree. Yeah, that's true, Danielle. You can definitely volunteer if you don't have money. I don't know if there's thrift shops. Babe, are there shops here in Kuwait where it's like they have, okay, it's not like a thrift shop. See, it's like they have markets and bazaars, huge bazaars where they give away stuff. So yeah, I can take you guys there someday, but it's chaotic. There's a lot of people, kind of hot. Loyal Beezers. My loyal Beezers. Do I look funny? Cranberries and corn to perform at your wedding. If I could pick people to perform, the cranberries, well, I can't now, but yeah, I would. Maybe Bush X. Maybe Silverchair. And linen fabric. Oh, cool, Moonshine. Hi, Crystal. Hi. You're such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around you.
Respect the cranberries. Please don't.
Zoe'd have a panic attack. I know it. I could try walking, Robin. Crystal, DFS.
Why don't you try right now? You're on live. Instead of talking about walking, why don't you walk right now? Move the tables out of the way and just try to walk a short distance. I don't know how much room is in that apartment, but if she wants to walk inside the house, just back and forth, move some of the tables out of the way. Walk a short distance back and forth, and just get used to moving.
Yes. Sarah Jean, Melissa, Crystal. Thank you. Candace, hi. Thanks, No Name.
I mean, even if there's no room in the apartment, because it does look kind of small, is there no outside hallway in the apartment that she can just walk down the hallway and walk back? Surely there's got to be something she can do.
Pondu. Melly, you gifted 2 members too. Thank you, Melly. I don't know why I'm seeing all of these things very late. Thank you, Melly. You're so sweet. All of you guys are awesome. Freya, hello. Blumpy, hello. 111 soulmates, yes. The dancing burger, I know, that's only on my laptop. Hey, Nosferatu. You guys are awesome. Oh, Capricorn was gifted from Melly. Thank you, Melly. El Petit, it's really easy for able-bodied people to tell Shantal how to exercise. Yeah. I mean, I appreciate everyone's going to have their opinions and, and I appreciate people's advice and stuff. But yeah, unless you're really living in the person's shoes. Pondu. It's Pondu from the past. How about a troll account comes in as past Pondu?
So somebody in your chat, Robin, says, make it your daily video. Instead of eating and talking, do a walk and talk with Miriam. That'd be great content. That'd be something new and interesting. See, Chantal's in a position, her being on YouTube and having her channel, not a lot of people have a YouTube channel where they can do content based around exercise and getting themselves together and make money at the same time. Shantal could do that. It'd be something new for her, Beezers. It would be healthy, positive content, and she's not doing it. She could literally get paid to get healthy. But instead, she wants to get paid to be unhealthy and make her health worse. But one of her subs is saying, why don't you try walking and talking instead of eating and talking?
Instead of eating and talking, do a walk. Yeah, I eat and talk when I don't feel like doing much.
Which is all the time. You never feel like doing much. And you've gotten too much into the comfort zone and the lazy content. And you said so, Shantal. You said it more than once. You said, I like doing the mukbangs because it's easy, lazy content. You know that you can sit down, eat a meal, film it, upload it to YouTube, and you'll get a certain number of views per video. You've gotten way too comfortable with that. And you don't care about the ramifications or consequences of doing that, how it affects your health. Because in your mind, you're thinking, as long as I'm not in the hospital, as long as I've not had a heart attack or a stroke, I'm fine. I could just run to the clinic, get a pill, get a shot, and that'll fix everything. Ma'am, it won't. Not that I'm wishing this upon you. I'm not, but you may get yourself to a place and a point where medication can't fix it. A shot can't fix it. A trip to the clinic can't fix it. Once things get past a certain point, there's no simple fix. Do you really want to arrive at that place, though?
The badge for new members, Crystal. Alpha C Tango. Yeah. I have so much I have to do, and I need that. I have to clean out my fridge, which I've been... Like, I mean, not just clean out the food. I mean, like, clean out the shelves. Oh, do you know how hard that is when you have a bad leg? When you have sciatica?
Oh my God, are we back to that again? Are we back to that again? No, we are not back at that again. Did we not get enough the first 10 rounds? We're back to her liatica, because that's exactly what it is. It's liatica. Y'all are watching this stream with me. She's sitting in that gaming chair. Let me tell you something. If Miss Ma'am here had sciatica versus liatica, she wouldn't be able to sit in that chair for that long without moving. She'd be real careful with her movements. I told you, Sciatica is like the devil's thunderbolt. It's a quick, excruciatingly painful spasm of pain that rocks your world, going from your lower back down to your leg. I'm sure she's got back pain because of the weight in front of her. I am not disputing that at all. But ma'am, you've been sitting in that chair this whole stream. Never once have I seen you wince in pain. Not once. No show of discomfort. You don't have sciatica. You may have back pain. Of that we can agree. But sciatica? No, you got liatica. You're lying about it. You even talked about how your grandmother had it. There you go again, borrowing off of somebody else's pain and experiences and adding it to your story to get sympathy and super chats. Cut it out. Stop claiming what you don't have and what you've never been through. Okay? It doesn't make you more interesting. It just makes you look more like a liar.
You have to bend and yeah, Lynn, I hear ya. Hey, Marbles, no name, here's my advice. Be happy and I will be happy for you. Thank you, No Name. You're really sweet. I really appreciate that. I appreciate the support. No, I'm not showing you my fridge, Zoe. You'll barf. No, I'm kidding.
It's something else bad. Here, too. Look at her sitting position. Right there. Let's blow it all the way up. Look at the way Shantal's sitting. Look at it. She's not sitting all the way back in the chair with her head up against the pillow, which you can do because I've had a chair like that. You guys saw when I was in Washington, I had a gamer chair. It comes with a little tiny pillow that attaches to the back. You can sit all the way back, and that will support your back. It's got lumbar support. Look how she's sitting. That position. It's like this, okay? She's basically sitting at an angle, leaning forward. How could that not hurt your back? Especially with her having the weight in the front of her body and the weight is going forward and down. How could that not hurt her back for real if she had sciatica? You got sciatica, you be sitting straight. Straight. You want that spine straight. You want it straight. She's sitting like this. You know, like her back is arched forward. Couldn't do that with sciatica. So thank you for telling on yourself.
Not much in it. Hi, misbehaving. Yes, babe. But I gotta clean it out. So I'm not showing you. I mean, maybe I could. I don't know. No, I gotta clean it. I love water. I know a lot of you out there only drink Pepsi. Oh, I haven't. Look at this. What is that? Is this a corn? What do I need to do? What is it? Just notice. What the heck is that? What is this? Yeah, you can ask me a question. Placemats in my fridge. Ah, I gotta do it. A wart! Doesn't hurt. You know I adore you, Shantal. Thank you, No Name. I appreciate that. Who called you a dodo brain? I love that dodo brain. Yeah, it's okay, Elle. I have a wart on my finger. There's going to be a troll account, Chantal's wart. Maranatha. Yeah. I think when a lot of people actually, like, I get judged a lot, like most by people who've been in my place. Almost like people forget how hard it is, you know? But, yeah, I agree. I want to feel better, you know?
So what are you going to do about it?
I don't think I pinched my finger. I got to get some of that. What's that stuff called? Not preparation H. What is it? Hi, intro. I'm fun. Pam. Hi, Pam Anderson. Going to Disney? I can't walk around. I'd have to get a scooter. Yeah. Vanessa. What am I doing to feel better? Not a whole lot. Freeze away.
So did you VIBs just catch that? I hope you caught that. Somebody asked the question, what are you doing to feel better? She said, not a whole lot. So what can you take away from that? We're talking about somebody that's on YouTube. She's got the time. She's got the money. She's got the resources to make herself better. She's not doing it. So what can you take away from that? She's someone that literally wants to be sick. She's feeling pain and discomfort, and she's got health problems, and she don't care. Because anybody else would say, I'm in pain and I don't like it. It hurts. I think I'm going to do something about it. Yeah, I think I'm going to go to the doctor or go see somebody or do whatever it is I need to do so I can wake up one day and feel at least moderately good or better than before, but not her. So anybody hanging out in Shantal's chat that maybe you're hanging around because you like Shantal and you're hoping that she gets better. Understand that she doesn't want to get better. She's the walking wounded. You know what that means? That's somebody who is, they get attention from being sick or being wounded or affected in some way. They like the attention. And because they like the attention, they don't want to get better. They literally are in love with their suffering. So much so they don't want to give it up. Suffering is Shantal's middle name. It's part of her identity as much as food. If you took away the suffering, if you took away the pain, if you took away the food, what would be left? She doesn't know. She doesn't want to find out. She doesn't want to think about the possibility of, gee, if I got myself healthy, and move past it, what am I going to talk about next? What's going to be the content of my channel? She don't want to find out. She's too comfortable in having a little pity party for herself. And she wants people to join her in her pity party and bring presents. Get attention from being the center of the room and complaining about her pain. Never mind anybody else's. Your pain don't matter. Hers is the most important. Nobody else has gone through pain the way this Shantal has gone through pain. Is that right, Shantal? Is that correct? Nobody else knows suffering like you do? You'd be very surprised, ma'am, what real pain feels like, what real suffering and trauma feel like. Ooh, it would shock you. It would shock you. But those of you in Shantal's chat understand what's going on here. Understand it well. She is someone that she's deliberately starving all of you. Starving you of hope, of her getting better. She talks about it, says, I'm going to get healthy, guys. I'm going to get better. Those of you that are tired of her hurting herself, she'll feed you a scrap of hope to keep you on the hook like a fish. And you'll eat it. And that way your stomach isn't empty. But that's all you'll get are scraps. You'll never get a full meal. You'll never be satiated. You'll always be hungry for more. You'll never get a full meal out of her ever. No real change, no real commitment, no real self-improvement. She'll throw promises at you. but never follow through with them. Just understand what's going on here. She's an empty person with an empty life, empty promises to match.
Thanks, Elaine. Ew. Napalm. I don't know, but trolls say that. Probably not true. Compound W, Rachel, yeah. Compound W may cause intestinal bleeding or death. Ew, I have to cut my nails. Just don't look at me. Yes. Yeah, Crystal. It's not good. It's not fun.
I mean, what just happened? That's a good example. What just happened? A little thing on her finger. Did she have to show us that? Did we have to know about that? No. She could have kept that to herself. But she showed it off to the camera. I don't know if it's a blister or a wart. I don't know. Could be her burning her finger when lighting up her shisha. I have no idea what it's from. But whatever it is, she wanted attention with it being on her finger, didn't she? Because she showed it off the camera. Look at it. Look at my whatever this is. Using another piece of her pain to get attention. I don't know what this is, but I'm going to use it for attention. That is Shantal. Any little thing, use it for attention, use it for content. That's what you're dealing with, folks.
I don't even know when the last time is I went up a flight of stairs. I take the elevator. Dip your finger in cheese and have hairy cut. What? It's just a blister? Okay, we'll see if it goes away. WD-40 carburetor fluid will fix it. I can't believe I took carburetor fluid and all over the stove. And then I start smelling something like strong, like, paint thinner or something. And I was like, what is this? This is some strong stuff. And I saw the can. Oh my gosh.
I still have questions about why carburetor fluid was in the house to begin with. It's not like she drives. Why is it in the house? And it even said on the can in English what it was. So how could she how could she make that mistake? What was the thinking? What was it doing in her kitchen? I have questions.
The can of carburetor fluid looks like the oven cleaner. Okay. So then I had to spend like legit an hour cleaning off the carburetor fluid. Then I had to clean the whole oven and stove.
Okay, theory.
Going downstairs.
Quiet, Shantal. Theory time. This may be a silly theory. I'm just throwing it out there anyway because I'm in a goofy mood. Theory. Shantal did not want to cook any food. So maybe she figured if I spray a whole bunch of this stuff on the stove, I won't have to cook. Perfect reason for takeout. Done. Hey, you never know. It could be a thing.
It's fine. Actually, if you go down too many stairs, don't you feel like you have to try to think of how you're going to, like you lose, like you have to, if you go down too many stairs at once, when you first start going down, it's automatic. You don't have to think about it. But then you have to kind of think about your footing when you do too many of them. Do you know what I mean? You got a blister from all my gaming. I game with this hand, Capricorn.
Oh, stop it. No. Nope. Not letting you get away with that. Nope. Not today, Satan. Nope. That is not from gaming. I know that for a fact. Because you're not using a gaming controller like, say, on a Nintendo. You're on PC. Ma'am, pay attention. Ma'am, you're talking to somebody who played WoW for 11 years on PC. Never got a blister on any of my fingers, ever. Wore out my keyboards, wore out my mouse. Yes, I did. And I'm not ashamed. I have no regrets. Had fun doing it. Never got a blister, though. Not once. I would sit there and play WoW for hours. Hours. To the point where my eyes were going blurry. And my WSAD key fingers would go numb. Never once got a blister though. Nope. You're not gaming long enough to get a blister. What are you talking about?
Corn. Oh no, you're right. I game with this one too.
She can't get a blister because she's not using a controller and she's not gaming for that long. Impossible.
You get dizzy, yeah. I used to do that when I would visit my grandma. She lived on the 4th floor, but there was like 2 basement levels, so like 6 floors. And she would get so mad. She would be like, "You go in the elevator, I'll come get you. You're not going up all those stairs." Because she get stuck in an elevator and go out that way. So any new vlogs? Yeah, soon.
When?
I have a video probably later, late. Go down the stairs sideways? Really? I never tried that. Shukran jazilan. It is 1:18 here. AM. Julia.
So she's up at 1 o'clock in the morning doing this live when she should be in bed.
2:20 a.m. in Dubai. Oh, you guys are an hour ahead? Yeah, we have elevator, Mary. Thank you. Yeah, it's my Muslim name. Oh, thanks, Elle. Looks like you just woke up. Well, I did a few hours ago. On and off.
Woke up 2 hours ago and you came on stream like this. Hey, you guys can see me. I'm casual too. But she's the one with the 100K channel, not me. I'm just a little bitty channel. And it's late. And it's cold. And the papers are singing. And I'm listening to them. You guys can hear them? Listen to them. Singing all day long, all night long. Singing. All the frogs out there. They're on plenty of frogs looking for a mate. Sing a little louder. They put me to sleep, actually.
He's not. He's in the chat. Rayo, would I visit Mexico? Yeah. I'll get to that in a minute. Hi, Daisy G. Thank you. Your videos always cheer me up. Aw, thank you, Daisy. That's so sweet. Thank you so much for the super chat. And I'm glad that my videos cheer you up, for real. It's 4:20. Mexico, I think is a beautiful country, but I'm honestly afraid of like all the crime from the cartels. I watched.
She shouldn't have said that. Judging a country that she's never been to, based on what? There's crime everywhere, Shantal. Everywhere.
Watch horror stories, and I don't know if like I would want to risk it just in case. You know, I don't want to be in one of those films where people get their limbs cut off. Yeah. That's like my worst fear. I don't know if it happens, like, but higher floor, yeah, marbles.
By the way, Shantal, do you understand and realize that when you do lives like this, where you're up, it's 1 a.m. Every live that you do where you're up this late, live streaming, talking to people, it just reinforces the idea that you and Salah aren't married, right? You do get that. It reinforces that idea that we're all thinking and then we're all feeling. The two of you really aren't a thing. Because if you were, he would be there. The two of you would be in bed next to each other and sleeping. Because that's what couples do when they're together. They live together and they go to bed together. Unless one or both has a job and then they can't or something's going on. But under normal circumstances, when you live with your partner, 1 a.m., your butt's in bed with them, sleeping. But you're never in bed sleeping with Salah at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. You're always up talking to other people. Kind of points to the idea that you're there alone and you're lonely and you want someone to talk to and you need some attention that he's not giving you.
Way up. Oh, really, Danielle? Did I like Cuba? Yeah, I had a good time. I think it's beautiful. The beaches are amazing. I don't know why, Lonnie. Just always is. Barbara, because I'm fat and I'm asthmatic. You're not, oh, really? 22 years in Dubai? Wow. It's true. It's true. Yeah, it's hard. You went down to a cavern. Oh, why did you go to a cavern? You're in Kuwait. Bryson's lab, Kuwait is one of the safest places. There's like hardly.
Okay, I don't know if this person is trolling in the chat. I don't watch Missy Moo's content at all, but this comment right here makes me go, So this person, Parasocial, says Missy Moo said she was paid for her role. Is that true? As I said, I don't watch Missy Moo. I don't pay attention to her. Although I have seen stuff on Twitter where Missy Moo was in Shantal's Twitch stream as a viewer. They're supposed to be on the outs. So just based on that alone, it would seem that Missy Moo and Shantal are talking again behind the scenes. So I don't know if there's any truth to Parasocial's comment at all, but I know that she's been around, kind of lurking in the shadows a bit.
Any crime here, especially not drug cartels. Excuse me, miss. Welcome to Very Important Views. Ready to peace. Welcome, Eunice. What? No, Parasocial. They're in the Dominican. Really creepy. I wanted to go there at one point. Yeah, I hope they have a good time. Shiloh. Okay, Elaine. Have fun with Shiloh.
Barbara Smith says, why don't you meet other Canadians or get a hobby? Either one would be beneficial for her. It really would, just to get out, talk to people, get more of a social life, have more social interactions other than just people she talks to online. It would benefit her to just open up the possibilities and new experiences and things. She don't want to. She really doesn't want to. I think even though she's miserable and sad, she's gotten comfortable with that misery. It's very strange, but you can find a comfort level sometimes, even the most uncomfortable things. If they go on too long, it becomes your normal. The abnormal will become your normal. That's when you got to take some time away for yourself and self-reflect and say to yourself, this isn't normal. Maybe I should fix it. But I think she's gotten too comfortable and settled into her little private bubble, and she honestly does not want to come out.
That was easier than I thought. Hi, Angela. No, we don't do daylight savings here. We spring forward this weekend. Ah, okay. So then you guys will be.
So Danielle says, my husband is from Mexico. Not really nice to make a sweeping generalization about one country like that. And I agree. Because guess what? I had an ex husband from Mexico City with him for 5 years. And you're right. It's not nice. Not nice at all.
7 or 8 hours behind. I'm not sure. Oh boy, I don't know. Travel around and help people with like charities and stuff. I think right now. I think that would be a good thing to do. I would feel good about myself if I did that stuff. Oh, a touristy place? I'd be freaking out too. Ruins of coolness. I don't think Cuba would be the same as a Muslim. How we get with good. So, did I quit smoking?
No,
Yes.
no, she didn't. Remember what I said, semantics. You got to play the semantics card with Shantal. You got to ask the right questions. If you give her any wiggle room, she'll wiggle out of it. Somebody asked her, have you quit smoking? What they should have asked was, have you quit smoking everything? Like you're not smoking anything. You got to cover all bases. She could say, yeah, I quit smoking and mean cigarettes. At the same time, she's still smoking the shisha. You follow me? I think she's still smoking that doggone shisha.
Vanessa with the emojis. Congratulations for the gifted membership. I'm not healthy right now, Barbara.
When are you healthy? When is the last time you've come on camera, Shantal, and said, I feel good today? I feel really, really good. I've got so much energy. I want to get out and do things. When is the last time? I can't remember, and I've been watching you for years. I don't think you've ever come on camera and said that. Have there ever been a moment where you said, I've got lots of energy and a substance wasn't involved? You've never said that. I'm taking care of myself today. I feel really good today. I feel motivated. I just want to take on the world and get a lot accomplished today. I want to be productive. You never say that. You never feel that way. What a shame. All the time in the world, all the time, all the space to do anything, and you do nothing.
I hate the springtime changing. Yeah, the one that goes ahead, I always hated that. Hello, Ileana. Hello, Beezer. Look up avocado cartel in Mexico. It's wild. I think I've heard of it. I think. Yeah.
Just keep in mind, Shantal, in the word nothing, in nothing, no thing is accomplished. Remember that. Nothing, no thing is accomplished.
A lot of, I don't know. But like the normal people that are not in cartels are nice, and I don't know. Yeah. I'm not saying everyone is like that, Danielle. I'm just saying that I'm afraid of that violence that's there. Like, I don't know.
It's amazing that you're judging people in a country that you've never been. You've not experienced anything, yet you're making judgments. You really need to shut up, Chantal. You really need to shut up.
That's just me. Not all Arabs are Muslims, Ghostface, but if you look up like Gulf countries, they have low crime rates. Hi, Melissa. Oh no, you washed puke sheets all day. Oh, do you get used to that? Because I have like a fear of vomit. I don't know if I could deal with that. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, Brooke. Like, you can't. I'm pretty sure most properties have to be owned by Kuwaitis. So I don't really care. I'm not like, that's not like a priority for me owning a house. I don't really want that burden if I want to travel. I don't know. I love rice pudding. Yes, I want to make some.
It's not that she doesn't want the burden, it's she doesn't want the responsibility. Chantal can't commit to anything. She can't commit to a single thought. I wouldn't trust her to take care of a house plant.
It's called Rose Halib here. Babe. Angela, I'm sleeping. Yeah, he's resting. Oh, I don't know, Grace, which charity. I'd have to look into it. I would spread it around, I think. Nothing compared to St. Louis. Yeah, Steffi walk. Well, Danielle, yeah, I'm a little bit afraid. Like, I would be afraid to travel to countries with like ISIS and stuff like that, for sure.
She's getting political again. Chantal, stop it. This is not your area of expertise at all. Listen, there's crime everywhere. There are rugs everywhere. People get busted everywhere. It's not just one place nor the other, it's everywhere. Stop generalizing. There's even, I'm sure, crime and rugs where you are. People get busted for things where you are. Stop it.
But there's not that here, so same thing. Yeah, I would be 100%. I think anybody would be a little apprehensive, you know. Eh. Reasons, yeah, DFS. Mexico's amazing. Maybe I'll go someday, but I don't know. We'll see. Assalamu alaikum, Mariam, by the way. How should I call you? Anything you want. Aideku. Walaikum salam.
Moving ahead a bit.
People were dying mysteriously, maybe from something poisoning in the alcohol or something. I don't know. Nothing against the country.
God, she needs to shut up.
Even the Canadian travel websites say, like, they tell you based on the region if you should travel or not. So they're racist or what because of that? Like, no.
I find it funny that she's sitting here generalizing things and talking about things going on in the world, or maybe not going on in the world, at the same time she doesn't leave her house. You know, judging the world at the same time not being a part of the world, hiding from the world.
Are there challenges to be a mixed weight couple? People judging, Callie, but other than that, no. Oh, really? Steffi Walk? Cool. Clean my kitchen like I have to. Ramadan is coming soon and I gotta set it up really well.
Okay, that move right there. So she's in the gaming chair. She's been in there, sitting in that chair for over 37 minutes, and she just shifted. Y'all see that? The way she shifted in her chair? You can't do that with sciatica. You gotta be real careful. She's like shifting around, and I could just tell by the way she was moving, like she was using her hips, shifting her hips, which is connected to what, y'all? Your lower back, where that sciatic nerve is. She didn't spasm. She didn't go, oh, nope. Lies. Liatica. You got a case of liatica.
I haven't gone through my cupboards, like my properly at the back of the cupboards. I'm short. I take a spoon and like move everything out.
I mean, when I had it, I couldn't sit in a gaming chair like that where you're like all the way back and then you lean forward. Your back is at this angle. No, impossible.
In like a while, like from before Canada. So I don't know what's lurking up there. Yeah, I'm gonna fast for Ramadan.
You don't have to though. She's not she's not going to fast for Ramadan. She doesn't have to. She has diabetes. That makes her medically exempt from Ramadan. And she knows that. I'm sure she knows that. She's not going to do any fasting. And from what I've seen of all those groceries in her grocery haul, that did not look like the grocery haul of somebody who was fasting.
Ghost face. I look like ghost face right now. I didn't feel like putting on a proper hijab, so I just put my hoodie. Never do it without water. I know, you think you're allowed to put water in your mouth and spit it out if your mouth gets dry. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie.
By the way, Shantal, just a subfolder issue. I have been noticing you drinking a lot of water, which water is good for you. But in your case, you being a diabetic and you consuming so much in the way of carbs, which turns into sugar in the body, and sugary drinks and fruit juice, I have heard that when you're a diabetic, if your blood sugar gets too high, it makes you excessively thirsty. So, are you drinking the water because normal thirst, or is it because your blood sugar is really, really high and you're just thirsty?
It's very important to, so like before you start fasting, you have to start fasting when Fajr comes, which is like around 6 a.m. or close to that, 5 something between, I don't know what time, depends. During Ramadan, I don't know what time it will be. But you have to like make sure your suhoor, it's like your breakfast before Fajr. So typically routine-wise, you would get up at like 4 a.m., pray tahajjud, then like prepare suhoor, the meal, and have something with like a lot of hydrating food, like, cucumbers, hydrating fruit, maybe water.
Yeah, that was something that I didn't really see in her grocery haul. I've heard that you want the hydrating fruit. I didn't see a whole lot of that in her grocery haul.
Watermelon.
Now, where was the
Drink
hydrating fruit in your grocery haul?
a lot of water. Don't eat salty, fatty stuff that will like make you thirsty. No gum, no. And then you're okay. You get, you kind of just, I don't know, it's not as bad as it seems. People do to go on cam. Please check with your doctor before fasting. Yeah.
You know what, guys? She's getting kind of boring. I think we'll cut it off here. If there's anything else of interest, I'll cover it later. It might be on Twitter. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye now.